best-selling carpet cleaners on Amazon are Hoovers and Bissells. And I bought 3 price ranges to see which... Wait, did I pay for this?
Yeah.
What the Also, not sponsored. So to measure the suction speed, I created a box and sealed all the sides. And to see real-world results, I didn't seal the opening, and the last place is Hoover Smartwash. I tried so many times, and it just had piss-poor performance. Next is Bissell Hydro Steam, underwhelming, considering the massive crater in my wallet. Then Bissell Turbo Clean. That's crazy, since it's a pretty small machine. Third is Bissell Pro Heat. Second is Hoover Power Dash, another small and light model. And the first place is Hoover Power Scrub, the big, girthy, hearthy Densatron, because the first place is almost double the last place. So be careful which you pick if you don't want to wait 2 days for the carpet to dry with a fan too! But suction is only one part of the picture because it also has an exhaust. So they cleverly built it so it exhausts from the bottom. So it acts like a hairdryer to dry the carpet even more. So we'll be measuring the blow speed also. And in last place is Turbo Clean with 1.9 meters per second. Then Bissell Hydro Steam, which is tied with Bissell Pro Heat. How are the expensive machines so weak? In third place is Hoover Smartwash. In second is Hoover Power Scrub at 2.9 meters per second. This girthy machine does not disappoint. But first place is Hoover Power Dash. How is this small thing so strong? Well, big things come in small packages, except Turbo Clean. Because when you look at the graph, there's quite a gap between 5th and 4th place, and the Power Dash is almost double Turbo Clean, when they're basically the same size. So now I take the 2 tests, add them up to get the last place. Oh, it's a tie. A 3-way tie? Between Bissell Hydro Steam, Turbo Clean, and Hoover Smartwash, huh? So they all get a C. And then the runner-up is Bissell Pro Heat at B. Next is tied for first place again between Hoover Power Scrub and Power Dash. So it's girth or speed. Regardless, they are both S. And so far, Hoover is taking the lead. Now let's see how it actually dries. We have a moist meter, and this is the percentage with no water. And now we add a teaspoon of water each time and pat the water into the carpet, which is now 9%. And after one pass, the Bissell Pro Heat came out at 1.7%. It's about average, which is tied with Bissell Hydro Steam. And then the last place is the Bissell Turbo Clean with 1.9%. And with the Hoovers now, Smartwash did slightly better at 1.6%. And Power Dash did even better at 1.5%. And lastly, the Power Scrub ended at 1.8%. To make sure this was really accurate, I did another 9 times to get a total of 10 times. My back was blown out. And a lot of them were very similar. Bissell Hydro Steam, Turbo Clean, and Hoover Power Scrub all tied for last at 1.6%. How are the more expensive items sucking balls? And after tallying up points from 1 pass to 10 passes, Hydro Steam is B. Turbo Clean is last with C, and Power Scrub is B-. Bissell Pro Heat and Hoover Power Dash tied at second at 1.5%, with Pro Heat coming in at A and Power Dash is the first S. And the first place is Hoover Smart Water at 1.2%. Quite the drop, and it's also first overall, tied with Power Dash at S. And it didn't make sense since Smart Water had low suction and medium airflow. And that's because although Bissell Pro Heat, Hydro Steam, and Smartwash has heated airflow, as Smartwash was the hottest at over 40 Celsius, while the Pro Heat and Hydro Steam were around 30. And also, the way the exhaust on the Smartwash is designed, the air is blowing up and towards the brushes, while the other two had the air blowing out the back and away from the brushes. How did they mess that up? For the 1 pass, you can see a 0.4% difference from first place to last place. And then for the 10 pass, it's the same again with 0.4% difference. But looking at both machines, it had a 0.3 or 0.2 0.2% drop. But Smart Wash had the biggest with the 0.4% drop, and Power Dash had the 0% drop, because it was already low from the first pass. I also thought the weight would matter, but it did not. The theory is if you add more weight, it'll press into the carpet more and push the water out and sucked up. So I added 20 extra pounds and redid the test, but with 1 pass or 10 passes, it just did worse. So this theory is busted. So far, Hoovers are winning, but we'll see if that keeps up. We can start and describe the point system as we go. The Bissell Pro Heat has a water trigger. It exposes the rollers so they can dry or else mold. Easy empty with 1 press and lift to pour. No accessories, but it does have the clean shot to spray a specific dirty spot, along with 2 brushes and a water adjustment tab. All extras are worth half a point, so the total is 4.5 points. The weight is 18.25 pounds. The head weight without water is 1.48 pounds. And I got this by using boxes and letting it lean on it. The cord length is advertised as 35 feet, but it's actually 22! Shame. 4 quarts for clean tank and only 1.7 quarts on the dirty tank. These are based on the max lines you see on each tank, but you can go above it. Psych. No you can't, because apparently when you tilt the tank, the water just comes out. I get it's easy to empty this way, but they did not think people would tilt it when taking it to the sink, because now my floor is drenched with hepatitis water. Don't ask. Pro Heat is going to C. Next is Bissell Turbo Clean. It has a water trigger. You can't expose the rollers, but you can remove this to clean. But why don't they just make it so the whole thing comes out? Like what? Gotta unhook from both sides and pour from here, but more hassle than the other machines, so no. Solid 1. Get out of here. At least it's only 12 pounds with 1.45 pound of head weight. 20 feet of quarts, 2.5 quarts of clean tank capacity, and 1.8 quarts of dirty tank. And after everything, this is at last at D rank. Let's try Hoover this time. Smart Wash. No water trigger, but that's the point, cause this automatically dispenses the water for you. But I still like doing it, so half a point. Expose the rollers and you can remove them. Nice. But why doesn't every machine do this when the rollers get the dirtiest? 1 lift to take off, but an unhook at the back, so half a point. It does have a hose attachment with accessories. Extras are its dry only feature where it heats up to dry faster, the 2 brushes, and a separate solution tank. 5 points, so this is tied with Bissell Pro Heat. It's 17.95 pounds with 2.27 head weight, 22 feet of cords, and 4 quarts of clean tank and 2.2 quarts of dirty. It actually did really well. It's an A. Next is Hoover Power Dash. And it does have a water trigger, and again, you can remove this thing, but it's stuck harder than your stepsis in a dryer. But you still can't remove the rollers! But you can empty with 1 press and 1 pull though. No accessories and no extras. 2 points. It's 11.92 pounds, the lightest overall, and the head weight of 1.31 pounds. 20 feet of cords and 2 quarts of clean tank and 1.7 quarts of dirty tank. It's okay, so it's going to C. But let's go back to a Bissell with the Bissell Hydro Steam. Yes to water triggers, it exposes the rollers with 2 clicks, empty with 1 press and 1 lift. It has a hose and accessory attachment, and the extras are its steam feature to really get out the stains. And 2 brushes, with a total of 5 points. Well done. 22.5 pounds, that's double the first place. With 3.15 pound at head weight, also double. 25 feet of cords, 4 quarts of clean, and 2.1 quarts of dirty water. It was way too heavy, so it's going to C. Lastly, we'll finish off with the Hoover Power Scrub. It has water triggers, it does not expose the rollers. Also, I can't even see them, so I don't know how dirty it is until I tip it over. There's 1 latch to lift and a pull to pour. It does have a hose and attachment options, with water and a solution tank where you can choose to rinse or wash. 3 points, so not bad. 17.28 pounds overall, 2.2 pounds of head, 20 feet of quartz, 4 quarts of clean water, and a crazy 4.5 quarts of dirty. But that's only because there wasn't any max indicators. So I just filled it up to just below the edge. And with that, it's going to A. And again, the Hoovers have the upper hand. For this test, we used mustard and soy sauce with 1 teaspoon each and left it overnight. So for the first pass test, Bissell Turbo Clean came in last. It barely did anything. I can lick it off better. Then we have the Hoover Smart Wash, which I thought would be better. Then Hoover Power Dash being mostly the same as Smart Wash. Then Power Scrub, which faded the soy sauce much better. Then Bissell Pro Heat with the soy sauce basically gone. And the first place is Bissell Hydro Steam. It better for the price, my god. And you can see none really faded the mustard much except the Hydro Steam, noticeably lighter. So again, we do 9 more passes for a total of 10 passes, and this time it's reversed. Because Bissell Turbo Clean came first with the mustard stain being the most faded. And we'll find out why in the efficiency section. But it did spread the stain a bit, and when combined with the last test, overall the Turbo Clean gets a C. Second is Pro Heat again, and it leaked. There was more liquid on my floor than a golden shower orgy, but the performance was great, so overall it came in first place, getting an A. Next is Hoover Power Dash, and it left a line of stain in the back. Man, overall it got 4th, so it gets a C. And second last is Smart Wash, which is a bit tricky because it auto dispenses water when you push, but it doesn't pump the water out until you push it forward quite a bit. But overall it came last, so it gets a D. And lastly, the Power Scrub, the only machine with a different way to clean with 3 spinning heads, but we'll find out why it did so poorly in the later sections. Overall, Power Scrub gets a C-. And finally, I won't include this in the results, but the Pro Heat came in clutch with a pan because after you finish, the brushes are still wet and some might even leak water. So by having a base, you don't need to worry about any of that. Shoutouts to whichever one of these leaked overnight and completely decimated my wall! For this round, the Bissell was much better. And because the suction area ranges so much, let's measure the effective surface area. Bissell Pro Heat is 10 centimeters by 28.5 centimeters, so it's 28.5 total, and it's third. Hydro Steam is 12 by 29 for a total of 348. Much better at second. The Turbo Clean is 9 by 21, so it's at 189 with fifth. Hoover Smart Wash is the largest by far at 14.5 by 27, so it's 391.5, quite a bit over second place. Power Dash is 8 by 19 with 152 total, last place. And lastly, 9 by 28 equaling 252 at fourth. But just the surface area is not enough, and that's why we need the roller speed. The Hoover Smart Wash is at 1790 RPM, while the Power Dash is much faster at 6240. While the Power Scrub is at 72, I thought it was broken. But that's just how slow it is! That explains the results from the carpet test. Next, Bissell Pro Heat with 4250, and then Hydro Steam very close at 4300, and lastly Turbo Clean at 6980 being first. And it's also why it did so well in the carpet test. For the roller speeds, we can see the first and second is pretty close, but the gap between fourth and third is big, but is huge compared to Smart Wash. I tallied up the points from both sections, and here's the final results. And last is Power Scrub at D rank. And then comes Power Dash at C rank. And then there's the Hoover Smart Wash, Turbo Clean, and Pro Heat in a similar rank B and then B-. At first place with the second highest surface area and third fastest brush is Bissell Hydro Steam. This round was mixed, a tie between Hoover and Bissell. Let's start with the Hydro Steam. You can remove the whole tank to clean inside, you can access the rollers to clean, and you can clean the coverings and all around the rollers. 100% with 3 points, so you get an A-. Wait, how is that only A when I got 100%? You'll see. And now we have the Hoover Power Dash. You straight up cannot clean the inside. You just shake with soap water and pray to God for more money so you can buy a different model. You can't access the rollers, so you gotta tilt them back. You can remove the coverings, but it's not the full thing, so half the point. 0.5 points. Disgusting. Drop this boy. All the way down at D. Let's see if the Hoover Smart Wash is a little bit better. You can clean the whole tank, you can access the whole brush area, and you can remove each brush to clean, so 1.5 points. The whole roller cover comes off, so pretty good. Overall, 3.5 points. This got better than 100%, so A. Now let's go back to Bissell with the Turbo Clean. A bit hard to remove, but you can clean the tank. You can't access the rollers, and only half the roller cover comes off. Like, what's the point? 1.5 points, so you get a C. The last Bissell, the Pro Heat. Again, twist the bottom to open and clean. Rollers are exposed, and all the roller covers comes off. But there's an additional feature where you can add water to the base and it'll self-clean itself. So 4 points in total? Amazing. It clears to the S rank. And now, the last Hoover, the Power Scrub. You can clean the bottom half of the tank, but not the top. But you shouldn't be filling it that high anyway, so I'll give it a point. This is the worst when it comes to cleaning the rollers, but half the covering comes off, so half a point. 1.5 points. It's just okay. So it's a C. The Bissells did a bit better this round, so let's see if that continues. So starting off, we have the Bissell Hydro Steam. In last with 399. These prices are without discounts. With it includes a warranty of 5 years. Next is Hoover Smart Wash. Similar to Bissell in that it also has heating, but at 279 with a 5-year limited warranty. Next is Bissell Pro Heat at 269 with a limited warranty of 5 years. Then comes the Hoover Power Scrub at 239 with 2 years of limited warranty. And the top two in a similar category is Hoover Power Dash at 129 with 1 year of warranty, and Bissell Turbo Clean at 113 with also 1 year of warranty. Both of these are meant as super lightweight machines, and when you look at the graph, you can see the Hoover is usually cheaper than the Bissell, with the top Bissell being 120 more expensive. You can buy the Smart Wash and Power Dash for the price of one Hydro Steam. So I tallied up all the points from all the sections, and let's see the premium option from both of the brands. And also, the XP is based on the ranks they get. Bissell Hydro Steam was 5th at 19 EXP versus Smart Wash at 3rd with 23. For Smart Wash, the highest it got was S in drying and A in features and cleaning, while Hydro Steam only got A in carpet, efficiency, and cleaning. So in terms of actually cleaning, the Hydro Steam is better, but the Smart Wash is more versatile. Next is the mid-range with Bissell Pro Heat at 2nd with 24.5 EXP, while Hoover Power Scrub is 4th at 21 EXP. And Power Scrub excelled in airspeed and A's in features and cost, while Pro Heat was great at cleaning and A's in drying and carpet. So you can't go wrong with the Bissell Pro Heat, and that is my recommendation for a premium-ish carpet cleaner. And lastly, we have the budget with Bissell Turbo Clean at 6 with 18 EXP and Hoover Power Dash at 1st with 25 EXP. Turbo Clean's highest rank was S in cost and B in efficiency, while Power Dash had 3 S's in cost, drying, and airspeed. But for actually cleaning carpets, this is just okay, so it's up to you to see which one is best for you. But it's always a great feeling finding out the budget option is also the best one. And now we finally find out of the 2 brands, out of the 6 products, which one is better. I'll use the same scaling as before, D equals 1 point, C equals 2. As you can see, this is all of the rankings for all the tests I did, so we're gonna go through each category to see which of the 2 brands is better in that category. So if you look at airspeed, Bissell is actually 7 points while Hoover is 14 points. So Hoover actually takes the first round and also the next round, with drying also winning with 14.5 for Hoover and 9 for Bissell. Same thing again with features, 10 points and then 5 points for Bissell. But this is where it starts to reverse. With carpet cleaning, Bissell actually had the better clean with 10 points while Hoover had 4.5. Same with efficiency, where Bissell had 9 points, Hoover had 6 points. And also the same with cleaning, with Bissell 11.5 and Hoover at 7. Let's see who wins. So Hoover takes the cake with 13 points and then 10 points for Bissell when it comes to cost. So overall, Hoover wins with 4 categories to 3, but if we tally up the entire points for every category, we'll see that Bissell is actually not too far behind at 61.5 versus the Hoover is 69. So overall, even though generally Hoover is a little bit better, it is not a crazy amount, and it really comes down to the individual product, but also the category you care most about. But I thought it was interesting to kind of have some type of objective data, so hope you found that interesting, because I did. So thanks for watching, and as always, not sponsored ever. So if you want to support me, check out the links in the description. So until the next one, have a good one.